Hi, I'm Dr. Jellybean Green, and I'd like to welcome you to Green's Academy of Spirituality and Metaphysics, or GASM. We are so grateful that you've agreed to be a test subject for one of our ongoing clinical studies. Today's clinical study will be focused on Piezoelectripuncture. Well, hey! We're so glad that you decided to join us today for one of our clinical studies. The study we're working on today is on piezoelectripuncture, or PEP. Have you heard of it? Either way, what I'd like to do is have you sit down with me right over here, just for a moment. I'm going to briefly explain the process to you, and then you can join me back over here for the treatment itself. How does that sound? Alright, let's go. This is our PEP education packet. It's just a few photocopies from my PEP textbook that I'll be walking you through. Piezoelectripuncture, or PEP, is a powerful healing technique that was adapted from principles originating in both the practice of acupuncture and the study of piezoelectricity. Piezoelectricity being the electric polarization in a substance resulting from the application of mechanical stress, and acupuncture being an ancient practice in which very small needles are strategically inserted into the skin to stimulate specific energy points along the body's meridians. With PEP, we work with the same map of the human body that is used in acupuncture. However, instead of puncturing the skin with needles, we are instead penetrating the body's energy field with tiny needle-like spikes of energy. This modality is less invasive than traditional acupuncture. It's completely painless, and we are finding that it can be of equal and possibly improved efficacy. The direct energy-to-energy interaction is simply more efficient in many cases if done properly. So, how does it work? Well, PEP practitioners use a carefully cultivated selection of healing crystals in their work. Based on the needs of the patient, they will pick an appropriate stone for treatment, and then they will also select from an assortment of specially modified percussion hammers. These look very similar to the tools a conventional Western doctor would use to test reflexes, but they each have a unique healing crystal embedded in the head of the hammer. The idea is simple. By taking a particular type of stone and striking it with a similarly charged stone, there is a reaction that causes a brief spike of energy to be projected from the opposite end of the stone. By aligning that reaction so that the spike punctures a person's energy field and penetrates an acupuncture point, some very deep healing can occur. Alright, so I would like to begin by gently palpating and manipulating your energy field just a little bit. I need to get a sense of what I'm working with here so that I can properly calibrate my technique. I want to make sure that I choose both the correct hammer and the correct stone for the job. Let's see. So I can just try to You know, I can tell you have a very unique energy field. Has anyone ever told you that before? Yes. This may be a more nuanced choice than I expected it to be. Let me just grab something real quick. Here we go. That should help. That feels much better. Alright, let's see if I can just... I need to do too much here. Let's see. I'm gonna grab a little bit of energy from up here. I think I know where I want to go with this, but just to make sure, let me... Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead, give your energy field a little spritz, and this should make everything just a little easier to see. It's sort of like a contrast solution. Just because your energy field is such a unique mix of elements, I want to make sure I have a precise picture of what we have here, alright? So, just go ahead and go ahead and get the other side. Much better. Alright, let me put this back. Now, based on your energetic profile, I think I have something that would be just perfect. Alright. I haven't used this exact combination in quite a while, but seeing as we have a very special case with you, I think this is going to be just right. You will notice that the stone here is a little bit pointed. Don't let that make you nervous. It's not sharp at all. You're just going to feel a little bit of pressure when I touch it to your skin, and then when I hit it with the hammer, it's not a very hard hit. I'll be holding it stable with my fingers. You'll feel some sort of percussive pressure when I do that, but it doesn't hurt, not at all. Alright? I'm going to begin with a few points on your face, the upper chest area, your arms and hands, top of your head. Then I will move around back and get a bunch of spots on your back. Then I will come back to to this side and get some spots on your legs and feet. Alright? Great. So, to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and place this right here. You ready? And, okay. Feel that? I'm going to go ahead and do a few gentle taps. See? Doesn't hurt at all, right? Okay. I'm going to be periodically pausing to see how your energy field is reacting to the treatment. Don't mind me. Okay. So now I'm going to get above each eyebrow, first on this side. Other side. Now, just outside the outer corner of each eye, I'm going to go over here and perfect. Alright. I'm going to get the spot on your upper lip right beneath your nose here. Good. Right next, this little kind of divot in here on your chin, just below. You can kind of there's a spot right at the top of your head. So I'm going to reach up here and just want to take a quick look at your energy field in the back here. Make sure there's nothing I'm not seeing. Okay. Good. Alright. Now, let's give some attention to your arms. If I can go ahead and have your left arm, please. I'm going to begin on the inside of your elbow right here. So, just like that. Okay. Good. And your hand, please. I'm going to be getting the spot right here, just below the bottom of your thumb. Good. Mm-hmm. Can you turn your hand over, please? I'm going to be getting some spots along your wrist. Here, here, here. I'll be here for a minute, actually, if I can just... Okay, yep. Just rest your arm right here, and... Got a good one for that. And right here. Good. Alright, center of your palm, right here. Thank you. and on your thumb, the pad of it right here. Mm-hmm. Good. Alright. Go ahead and get the other arm. Gonna begin on the inside of your elbow again. If I can just, you can relax the other arm. Now, moving down to your wrist again. Let's get all three of those spots. And right here. Make that spot right here again. Center of your palm, please. Turn it over. Okay, so right here. Okay. Alright, and pat of your thumb. Great. Okay. Now, what I'd like to get is a couple of spots right here. It's kind of just above and below your clavicle on each side. So let's begin up top here. Just gonna reach in and down below. Other side. Starting up top. And beneath. Let's go ahead and move around to the back. Alright, I'm going to begin. There are a couple spots right back here at the back of your neck. If you could kind of just relax the back of your neck. Let your head fall forward just a little bit. Okay. So it's going to be these two spots right here where the base of your skull meets the top of your neck. We got one spot over here on the left, and then another one on the right here. Okay. Starting on the right. Good. And the left. Perfect. Now we have have a whole series of spots to attend to running down either side of your spine here. I'm going to be starting up about here, kind of in between your shoulder blades. And you're going to feel me go all the way down the right side of your spine. I won't be tapping on the spine itself, but just to the side right here. You're going to feel me go all the way down the right side here. And I'll do the same on the left. And then we'll get a few spots in your lower back. So starting up here. And then we'll be stopping at about waist level. Alright? Let's go. Right side first. And down. Gonna keep moving down here. We have a bunch all in a row. Good. I'm seeing a really strong response to these. Great. Okay. Just a little further down. Last one on the side. Okay. And I'm going to do the left side now. Beginning on the left side of your spine, up here between your shoulder blades. Good. Down. And just like the other side, I'm going to keep moving down. Make sure I get every spot. Oh, that was a really good one. Okay, and getting down to the waist. One more. Okay. Now I'm going to gently press my thumb against your lower back for a moment. And this is as low as I'm going to go. This spot right here, where your glute muscles kind of meet up with your lower back muscles. And there's 4 spots I want to hit along here. 2 on the left side and 2 on the right side of your spine, all in a row. So I'm just gonna start over on the left here, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way across. 3, and the last one here. Great. Alright, I am going to sit on this little footstool down here while I get your legs. Alright, so just stay comfortable. Go ahead and alright, just beginning right here. There's a spot at the top of your foot. Moving up your shin to the spot just below your kneecap here. And a little further up, above the kneecap. Perfect. And just bending forward a little bit. There's a couple spots at the back of your knee. 2 of them right next to each other. Good. And here. Beautiful. Alright, reaching up and over. I'm going to get a couple spots at your hip. Perfect. And moving over here to your left side. Starting again here, at the top of your foot. Good. And going up, up, up. I'm going to get that spot just below your kneecap. And up above your kneecap. Perfect. And I'm gonna sort of lean over here to get back of your knee. Same 2 spots. Right here. And over here. Good. Okay, and pardon me, just gonna get at the hip here real quick. Great. All right. Well, I do have to say that the unique responses that your very, very special energy field gave us today were very helpful in advancing our knowledge of this technique. So thank you so much for coming in. This room won't be in use for a few more hours. So if you're feeling comfortable there in your chair, you're welcome to relax as long as you'd like. Take a little nap if you'd like. And again, it was such an interesting pleasure working with an energy field like yours and working with a person like you, of course. So you are certainly more than welcome to come back anytime you like. And yeah, I hope we'll see you again real soon. Hello, welcome to ENERGENES. You've come in for our origin story service, correct? All right, perfect. I am still getting set up here, but that's okay, because we like to start our service with a short informational video. I know you probably already learned a little bit about the service when you signed up, but we do like everyone to go into this feeling very informed and relaxed. So while I finish getting set up here, I'm going to put these special viewing glasses on you, if I may. You're going to watch a fun little video. It's maybe not super. You're going to watch a little video on what we're going to be doing today, and then I'll take the glasses off when you're finished, and we'll begin the procedure, okay? All right, here we go. Just going to place these right here. Welcome to ENERGENES. You've signed up for our premier service, Origin Stories. Congratulations. That was a great idea. You're a very smart person, and so good looking too. Your collection specialist will be collecting a variety of samples from your energy field. Once your samples have been carefully collected, they'll be sent to the ENERGENES laboratory, where our team of deeply scientific scientists will thoroughly and meticulously study them. By comparing common elements among your samples, we will be able to discover your unique energetic origin signature, or EOS. Once your EOS has been identified, we can use that information to learn about your life purpose, past lives, presence in alternate dimensions, and even what your future may hold. Concerned about having samples of your energy field removed? That's a very common worry, but there's no need to fear. Energy cultivation is a lot like pruning a plant. Removing a few bits here and there does no harm and can actually stimulate healthy growth. So, are you ready? We hope so. Once again, thank you for choosing ENERGENES. You're a wonderful person. All right, so let's see, what do I still need here? This. I want to make sure I have enough. Probably 3. Okay, so everyone's a little different. I want to make sure I have exactly what I'm going to need for your specific energy situation here. All right, now we do begin the procedure with a little bit of an exam. It just gives me a chance to get to know your energy field a little bit, to see how it interacts with some of your physiology. All I'm going to be doing is a little eye exam with this pen light right here, and I'm also going to be checking your pulse on each side, right here and right here. This will be the only part of the procedure where I'm actually touching your physical body. The rest is going to be all interaction with your energy field, all right? Okay, so if you wouldn't mind, for the first part, I'm going to be having you staring straight ahead, and then for the second part of the light exam, I'm going to be having you following the light. It's pretty easy stuff. I'm going to be telling you exactly what to do each step along the way. Okay, so to begin, please look straight ahead at my nose. I'm going to be shining this light into your eyes, and as best you can, just stare. Try not to blink too much, and relax. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in. Good. Already seeing a little bit of a shift in your energy. Can you feel that? Interesting. Okay. So looking right at my nose. Okay, and again at my nose, I'm going to bring the light in quite close and good. Again. Beautiful. Alright, can you look at, just pick a spot over my shoulder and stare straight at that while I bring the light up? Good. Perfect. Over my other shoulder now, pick a spot, stare at that. Good, you're doing great. Now again, look at my nose. Staring straight ahead. Right here. Good. Over the shoulder, pick a spot and good. Over my other shoulder, look over here. Good. Back to my nose. Over this shoulder. Over my other shoulder. And back to my nose. Good. Okay, now for the second part of the exam, I'm going to ask you to look at the light and follow it as it moves around. It's going to be going side to side on a diagonal and in and out. Just do your best to follow it, okay? You don't have to get it exactly right. I'm more just watching the reaction of your eyes, mostly the pupils, but also just examining some of the motor control of the eyes and the way it synchronizes with certain activity in your energy field. Good. Following the light. Okay. Once again, you can blink a few times if you need to. Look at the light. Good. And following the light. Here we go. Good. Following the light. Beautiful. Okay. So now, if it's okay with you, I'm going to take my fingers and place them right here on the left side of your neck, right under where it meets the back of the jawbone here. Okay? Is that okay? All right. Placing them right here, not pressing hard, just gently pressing. You can just relax, you can breathe deep, whatever you like. Nothing special here that you need to do. I'm just getting a feel for some of your primary physiology here. Okay. Other side. I'm going to take my fingers and press gently right here. Taking a moment to okay. Okay, both sides at the same time. Just pressing. How much sleep did you get last night? That makes sense. Okay. Alright, that gave me a lot of really good information. Thank you. Now, before I move on to the extraction, the first part of this procedure, the extraction procedure, actually involves energy manipulation. I know that sounds a little ominous, but I promise you it's not. It just refers to, I think a better phrase for it would be that I'm sort of playing with your energy a little bit. A lot of people's energy can get kind of stuck or sluggish. It can get trapped in certain patterns of movement around their bodies. Basically what I'm doing is just interacting with your energy, being very gently playful with it, watching some of its reactions to the ways that I interact with it, and that's going to give me some insight into exactly how I want to do the extractions, okay? There are no energy reactions that are better or worse than others. You don't have to worry about passing or failing anything. It's not a good, bad thing. It's just that certain types of energy fields are better suited to certain approaches than others. And I want to make sure I am tailoring my approach to your very special, unique energy signature here, okay? All right, so let's see. I'm going to begin by just gently reaching in and just beginning to touch your energy field. Gently running my fingers over the surface. It's really beautiful. This is one of my favorite parts. It's very, I wouldn't say similar. There's something about it that's similar to the way that you might gently run your fingers over the surface of a still body of water. It's a good comparison because one of the things we see in these first gentle interactions is that the way that the energy moves and ripples and responds to my touch can show the directions of different currents in your energy field. A little bit different with absolutely everyone. It's just like a fingerprint. Okay. Try that again. Wow, I love it. Okay. So now that I've gotten a initial sense, and we've sort of introduced ourselves to each other's here, me and your energy field, I'm going to start pulling a little bit. I'm not fully removing any energy from the field, just stretching it a little bit. You shouldn't feel anything uncomfortable. It's totally within your energy field's range of movement. It's not uncomfortable. It doesn't damage it at all. I'm just gonna stretch and release. Good. Ooh. A little more resistance there. Stretch, release. Good. A little more. Checking the resilience. Sort of the speed and force with which the energy returns to you. Good. Beautiful. Okay. And now I am gonna start gently removing some bits. Just like pulling a little bit of fluff almost, just there we go. And then releasing it back. Okay. Over here. Pulling. Nice. Good. A little more resistance here again. Just gonna. There we go. Alright. Okay. And next stage is to take a little bit from different areas and mix them together. Just want to see how they interact with each other. They pretty much always play nicely. It's just watching the way that they mix. Certain types of energy, or energy from certain areas, will kind of dominate other ones, or like in this case, it's a pretty even mix. They just sort of run together. here, and here. Good. Okay. I think we're off to a really good start. I feel like I have a really good sense of your energy field. I'm comfortable with it. I think it's pretty comfortable with me. So I'm going to go ahead and move on with the extractions. Let's see, where do I want to start? I think I'm going to start with these little tubes right here. Now, I'm going to add, actually, let me unwrap a couple swabs here. Got these, and add a little spring water to the tube. Grab swab number 1. Some parts of your energy field, certain types of energy are soluble in water. So I'm going to try and collect a couple of those first. Get right in here and kind of swirl it around and pull. Oh. Sorry, that one got away from me. Swirl it around and there we go. Okay. Should we get it really in there? Perfect. Alright, let's do one more from that same area. Just gonna gently wind it around. And got it. Looks good. Okay. That's sample number 1. Pretty easy, right? I have a few different types of energy collection here, but they're all going to be pretty much that easy. And you're doing great, by the way. Thank you. Now, let's get this spot right here. There we go. Pulling in. There we go. Hi. Okay. Good. All right. More from this area. Let's see if I can kind of tease out a little bit of. Here we go. Okay. Get a little bit more. There we go. All right. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. That's 2 down. Got one more of this type. Just gonna grab a couple more swabs from the box. And here we go. What is gonna be best? I wonder. Let's try. Okay. Could you take one deep breath for me? Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna get right in here and let's try that again. Get right in here and got it. Okay. Pulling very gently in. All right. This one is really clinging to the swab here. Hold on. Come on. It's okay. Can you tell it for me? Can you say it's okay to go? Alright. There we go. We're going to take good care of you, I promise. You can return right after if you want. Thank you. One more from that same spot. Gonna get gently, gently, gently. Gonna pull. Okay. There we go. That was a lot easier. Now, we're just about ready to move on. Next, we have these guys right here. Okay. Gotta keep these sterile. Now, could you please sort of check for any tension in the back of your neck? And if there is any, you don't have to stretch or do anything. Just kind of take a breath and just let it know that it can release if it wants to. Okay. That was perfect. That's all I needed. Thank you. Gonna get right in here and get a little bit more. Okay. And that. Perfect. Next one. Let's do a double swab. Here we go. Okay. And this one isn't going to be so much an extraction. I don't know if you're feeling a pull with the last few ones. A lot of people do. This one is going to be more of a swiping or a swabbing motion. So I'm just going to get a sort of sample of a whole swab here. A little bit more. Good. Beautiful. And one more. I think this one's actually the wrong size. Let me, just one moment. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I have this whole basket of them right over here. I try to keep everything within arm's reach so I don't have to get up and leave during the exam if I need any extra stuff. So that results in a lot of little random baskets and stuff placed all around. Okay. Yeah, I think this one's going to be perfect. Mm-hmm. It's going to be another kind of sweeping motion right up here. Go the other way. There we go. I'm going to make sure I get a good amount of coverage, this whole area right here. There we go. Can take a moment to blend in sometimes. There we go. All right. I don't know if you can see that, but your energy looks so happy in there. It's like it's taken a little bath. Perfect. Okay. Now, what do we have next? I'm just going to do a little I have these, it just blows a little puff of air in it. Years ago when we were first pioneering this technique, we would have people actually kind of blow, but that's not, the most comfortable or hygienic. It's not what a lot of people would prefer. So we have this tool, and what I'm going to do is it's just going to give these little puffs of air around your energy field. Just gonna perks it up a little bit. Good. Looks great. So for the last two samples, I'm going to be extracting them by hand, just pulling them out little bits at a time and putting them in these two little glass bottles here. We don't have lids for these. There are certain types of energy in your field that respond, they don't respond well to being contained, so we leave the top off so they know they can leave if they want to. They generally don't because they sense they're in safe hands, but if you don't mind, I'm going to start right here and just gonna here. I think we have room for one more. Good. All right. I'm gonna switch hands, just gonna. It's funny, your field is responding differently to this hand versus this one. It's funny how they can be. Let's just say that your energy field has a lot of personality. I really like it. Good. And I'm going to turn it right here and it got away. Get right here and gently. Gently. Got it. Let's do 2 more right from the edges. We'll get one here. And one here. And I think we're good. We have everything we need. I'm going to be able to send all these samples over to our lab. They're going to take a look. I think they're really going to enjoy working with this set. It was a really unique assortment of energies. Not only was there a nice variety, but the way they reacted both independently and in response to each other, in response to my energy, it was interesting. It was different, good, different. So we will be getting back to you with your results. We do offer some other services here as well. So if you enjoy your experience here, you can come back here to try something else. I really enjoyed working with you today. Thank you so much for coming in, and we hope to see you again soon. Hello and welcome to my lab. I'm Professor JB. Professor of what, you ask? Well, that's a very good question. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start with a brief ear examination. I'm going to take this otoscope, if it's quite alright with you, and I'm going to examine first this ear, and then this ear, and then what I'm going to be doing next, as you probably guessed, is I'm going to be taking tiny versions of myself. You'll see them right over there, and there's another one right over there, and I'm going to be placing them inside your ears. Let me just check real quick. How many ears do you have? Let's see. I see 1, and I see 2, and okay, it looks like we just have 2. Very sorry. Next time, I promise, okay? Alright, so like I said, I'm going to examine your ears, and then I'm going to be taking tiny versions of myself, putting them in your ears, and, you know, I don't know 100% exactly what they're going to be doing in there. That's just sort of our arrangement. They do excellent, amazing work, really, yeah. And I don't ask too many questions. We haven't had anyone complain so far. Everyone who has participated has had an absolutely lovely time, okay? Great. So, let's go ahead and start with that ear exam. I'm going to begin over on this side. Alright, so you're going to feel the otoscope entering your ear right here. gonna get a little bit closer here. Okay. Now I want to get a good look at the tympanum membrane as well. That looks good. Another look at the walls, but you're definitely in need of a good cleaning, but that's what you're here for, so that's okay. Just check this one spot. Is that? No, that's fine. Okay. Alright, you're gonna feel me removing the otoscope now. Great, let's go ahead and get the other side. And again, you're gonna feel the otoscope entering your ear right here. Take another good look around. Leaning in quite close here and taking a quick initial look at the walls and your canal where everything looks very similar to the other side. Again, no signs of injury or irritation. Not seeing any unusual red dots or anything like tympanic membrane looks great, very healthy. Appropriate level of opacity, and you can see the structures behind the membrane. Everything is where it should be. Looking good, working. And one more look at the ear canals. Yeah, looking good. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the otoscope again. Alright, great. Well, now that I have an idea of what we're dealing with in there, I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. Oh, did I mention that I'm going to be touching and massaging your face while they're in there? Yeah, is that okay? If I touch your face with my gloved hands? Okay, great. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this away real quick. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put my little friends right in your ears and we'll get started. Okay, great. Okay, so who wants to, I'll start with you. Let's go ahead and, oh, okay, I'm gonna put right here. Careful. Okay. You good in there?
Yep, I'm good.
Great. Okay, and number 2. Here we go, right in here. Beautiful. Okay. Is everyone comfortable? You good?
Yep, I'm ready to
you
go.
good?
Yeah, it's actually really nice
Are you
in here.
good? Alright, great. We're all good. Let's go ahead and get started. Not gonna talk too much, don't worry, okay? I'm just gonna let you relax and we'll have a good time. Starting right. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have you ever looked up at the stars at night and wondered if there's someone out there for you? Have you been going to bed night after night filled with hope, only to wake up disappointed? Have you been wandering out to the same old cow pastures, only to find yourself walking home lonely, discouraged, and completely unabducted? Stop leaving these things to chance. Even if you were to be abducted, how could you be sure that you'd be abducted by the alien life forms that were just right for you? We here at the Dreyfus Extraterrestrial Connections Coordination Group specialize in matching alien abduction hopefuls with aliens who are looking to abduct. There are hundreds of alien civilizations who are looking to abduct native Earth residents. Each extraterrestrial faction seeks different types of people for different reasons, and their needs are as diverse as your dreams. Signing up is simple. Call our toll-free number and one of our friendly representatives will arrange a visit with one of our highly qualified intake assessors at a Dreyfus office near you. After a brief interview and simple physical exam, our coordination specialists will get to work matching you with the alien abductors who are just right for you. Does it work? Yes. But you don't have to take my word for it.
It was important to me that I be as intentional as possible on my quest for alien abduction. I mean, we've all heard the statistics, right? We've all seen the stories of people being abducted and having an absolute terrible experience. I knew I was not going to let that be me. I had made a promise to myself that on the night of my abduction, that I would settle for nothing less than the sentient galactic being of my dreams. That's why I made contact with Dreyfus Group. I knew that they would make my experience out of this world.
I had actually already been abducted twice. Both times a complete disaster. The first time was shortly after graduating from college. I think I was just too young to know what I was looking for. The second time, I think I was still reeling, from the absolute train wreck of my first abduction. I was just so relieved to find, another alien civilization that was interested in me. I just rushed into it way too fast and ignored all the red flags. For years after that, I told anybody who would listen that I was done with abductions. And I meant it. I did. But eventually I was ready again. Yeah, and this time I was going to do it right. That's why I called the Dreyfus Group.
I think every little girl grows up dreaming of the day they'll be abducted by an alien civilization, don't they? When I was a teenager, I snuck up onto my roof and spray painted a big red X on it, right above where my bed was. Over the years, the spray paint faded, but my dreams sure didn't. And one day I decided I was tired of waiting. I knew I needed help, and I'll tell you what, I wasn't afraid to admit it. That's why I made the call.
So what, you just want me to talk into this thing, or? I've dreamt about being abducted by aliens for years. And for years I'd really been putting myself out there. I'd read books, I'd went to workshops to become my most abductable self. My friends would even say things like, "You're the most abductable person we know. Just hang in there, and you're going to make a team of kidnapping alien scientists very happy." But it never happened for me. But I can't believe how quickly things went when I contacted the Dreyfus Group. After just 8 days after my initial exam and interview, I was abducted by a team of wonderful alien scientists. It was the perfect abduction experience, beyond anything I dared to dream. Was that okay?
Dreyfus, what are you waiting for? Give us a call now. Hello, I'm JP. I'm going to be your intake assessor today. It's a pretty simple process. First, we'll be going through some interview questions, and after that, there will be a brief sort of physical exam. We will be referring you to a different clinic to undergo a more thorough medical exam, but there are a few things that are kind of specialized that we like to do here just to get the ball rolling. So if it's all right with you, I'll go ahead and start asking the questions. We'll get through those, and then we'll move on to the more physical exam part. All right? Okay. So, number 1, what is your preferred language for verbal communication? All right. Do you have any background in methods of communication that involve gesture, rhythm, symbols, or other non-spoken elements, such as ASL, Morse code, semaphore, Sobocamero, etc.? All right. Are you allergic to any medications, and if so, which ones? Right. Do you have any food allergies or any other dietary restrictions or preferences? Anything else on that? Any more specifications? And do you have any other allergies not covered by the previous 2 questions, such as environmental allergies, a latex allergy, allergic reaction or irritation as a result of exposure to any specific plants, chemicals, artificial scents, or fabrics? All right. Do you happen to know your tolerance to gamma radiation? You know what? Well, most people don't know, but also most people are. We found the tolerance on most people is pretty low, so I'm just going to go ahead and put very low, just to be on the safe side. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being I absolutely love it, and 1 being no thank you, never, not at all, how much do you like to be physically active? And if you do enjoy physical activity, please give me some examples. All right. Now, would you prefer that your inter-extraterrestrial experience involve active physical and verbal participation on your part, or would you prefer a more passive experience? And you can request a mix of both if you'd like. That's fine too. All right. I had a feeling you were going to say that. I'm the same way. Okay, next. There is extraordinary diversity in the appearance of different alien individuals. The physical appearance, but you'll see, both between and within various civilizations. There can also be a great deal of variation in the alien environments you may be introduced to. Keeping all this in mind, do you have any phobias, fears, or significant aesthetic aversions that we should be aware of when matching you? All right. Anything else? Do you want me to give you a moment to think? Okay. I'm going to ask you a series of quick questions. If you know the answers to these, go ahead and tell me. But for any of these next few ones, if you don't know the answer, that's fine. Just say no, or I don't know, or shake your head. Any of those will be fine. All right? So, do you know your life path number? Do you know your Myers-Briggs type? Okay. Do you know your Enneagram number? Do you know your sun sign? And your sun sign is the astrological sign, like the main one that most people are familiar with. I was born in early June, so I'm a Gemini. All right. Thought you might be. Do you know your moon sign? Okay. And do you know your ascendant sign? All right. So, alien abductions usually, though not always, involve some kind of examination and or observation. For the next few questions, please indicate either option A, option B, or say no preference. All right? So A, B, or no preference. Let's see. First one, do you prefer A, a warm and gentle examination style, or B, a more clinical and detached examination style? A, B, or no preference? Would you prefer A, a small group of alien researchers, possibly even limited to one individual, or B, a larger group of researchers, which may include many observers? All right. All right, and do you have a preference for whether A, you are transported all the way to your alien match's home planet, home station, or home dimension, or are you okay with your experience happening at some midway point, for example, a spaceship? So I'm sorry, that was A, if you prefer to go all the way back to their home. B would be if a midway point like a space station is fine. Okay. So A, B, or no preference? All right. Now, many alien abductors like to send their abductees home with some sort of souvenir, common examples of which may include signed photographs, pressed coins, or subdermally implanted tracking devices. Are you a yes or no to souvenirs? Mm-hmm. So this nearly completes this portion of the interview. However, I do have this for you. I'm going to place it right next to you. There are a few questions that are really important to the interview that we've found that some people hesitate to answer honestly out loud, or they even just don't answer honestly in as much detail as they could, either because they feel like their answers are silly or because maybe it feels a little too personal. But in any sense, just for everyone now, what we do is we put some extra questions right in here, and this is for you to answer privately after the session, and then you'll see there's a secure box on the way out that you can put this into. All right? Okay, so I'm going to put this right over here, and let's see. Before I put my computer away here, do you have any additional requests or notes that you'd like me to record at this time? So let me go ahead and clear this off my desk and we'll move right ahead. All right, well, next we're going to do a couple of very simple procedures that you've probably had done many times before in your life. I'm going to take this stethoscope, and if it's all right with you, I'm going to place this right against your chest, right up here. I'm going to take a little listen to your heart and your lungs. Could you go ahead and take a deep breath for me? And out. Good. All right. In. And out. One more time. In. And out. Beautiful. All right. Now I'm going to do a very simple eye exam, nothing too exciting. I'm just going to ask you to take a look at my finger right here. Okay. So looking at this finger with both eyes, I'm going to be moving my finger to the side, up and down, in and out, and do your best just to follow it with your eyes, all right? So here we go. Following it. Beautiful. All right. This time, I'm going to ask you to take a look straight ahead right here at my nose. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking two fingers and I'm going to be moving them away from each other. And what I would like you to do is just keep staring straight ahead at my nose right here. And once my fingers, both of them, leave your peripheral vision, just let me know that you can't see them anymore, okay? You can just nod or say now. It's up to you, okay? So looking right here. You ready? So let me know when they disappear. Okay. Again, looking straight ahead, let me know. Okay. Good. Again. All right. Once again, following my finger. You're doing an amazing job. Okay. Beautiful. Great. All right, so for this next part, I just need to put on my gloves real quick. So what I'm going to be doing is taking a few swabs as samples for us to examine. The first one will be the inside of your cheek, so for that part I'll just need you to open your mouth and I'll be placing one of those soft swabs inside your mouth and I'll sweep it around your inner cheek just a little bit. After that, I'm going to be taking two more swabs, one from your face and one from the back of your neck, and those will both be like a microbiome swab. We do like to examine the microbiome of your skin for, I don't need to give you the whole explanation, but then after we do the swabs, we'll go ahead and move on to the facial topography scan. Okay, so just a moment while I glove up here. Once again, this first swab is for the inside of your cheek, so if you could just open up your mouth, you can get right in there, and there we go. Just gently sweeping it around. Just another moment. Thank you for being patient. Alright. Beautiful. There we go. Alright. Place this right here. So for this one, I'm going to be getting a couple swabs from just the outside of your face, on this side and on this side. So if I may, I'm just going to there we go. Now on this side. There we go. Alright. Put that on. Last one. For this one, I'm going to be reaching around the back of your neck. I'm going to get kind of close for a second. Hold on. So I'm going to be reaching right around the back of your neck and swabbing 2 spots back there, okay? First, this side. Does that tickle a little? Okay. Now this side. Okay, perfect. Put those in here. Alright, and let me put these away real quick. Alright, now before we move on to the next thing, what I have here is a comprehensive list of different drugs and medications, as well as topical treatments that may cause photosensitivity. So anything that you take on a regular basis or put on your skin that may cause increased sensitivity to UV light. If you could just, instead of me reading it all off, if I could just hand it to you, you can take a little look at it. Okay. Does any of that look familiar to you? Just scan it real quick. Anything on there? Okay. All right. Well, I will adjust our settings accordingly. So you've probably noticed those big light panels on either side of you. What we are going to be doing with these, basically there are a lot of alien civilizations, you'd be surprised how many, who have not a single type of sensory input that is similar to ours. Right, like we have sight, well, most of us have sight, hearing, taste, touch, all of that. Yeah, no, plenty of other alien civilizations take in and process information from the external world completely different. It's fascinating. But anyway, for that reason, it's not super efficient for us to include just a photograph or a video of you in your file. So that's why we do this facial topography. Each of those panels will send out these horizontal beams of colored light, one at a time. So as they illuminate, they will illuminate different areas on your face, starting from the back. We start near your ear and then move forward. What I do is I see which part of your face is lit up with each stage. I take some notes, and that allows us to create something that translates a little bit better to all of the abductors that we work with, just to make sure that everyone can get a good sense of your appearance, if that happens to be important to the subject of whatever they'd be picking up and researching you for. All right, so it is really quite simple. I'm going to begin just by adjusting your face a little bit, if that's all right. And then you just sit there as still as you can while the lights progress, and I take notes. It shouldn't feel uncomfortable. It won't even seem that bright. The only thing that's going to happen is once we start getting to the lights that are at or in front of your eye area, you might see sort of like a tint change in the room at that time. Okay? But yeah, it's pretty subtle. Alright, so is it okay if I put my hands on your face? I'm just going to do a couple subtle. Okay. We can just make sure that you are really nearly close to perfect here. I just want to make absolutely sure. Okay, let me check. Okay, now I think we are just about ready to get started. Let me take a few quick notes about the settings here. To help us contextualize the measurements later on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. It is sound activated, so if you hear me counting down, that's what I'm doing. We are going to move ahead and just sit there as still as you can and try to relax, okay? All right, so 10. Okay. Can you relax back actually just a little bit? Perfect. Yeah, no, there really are aliens who have no sight, no hearing. They don't even have something that's entirely comparable to our sense of touch. Everything's different. Think about that a lot. Well, we know there are people just here on our planet who might be missing even just one of those senses, and a lot of other people act like it's some kind of big tragedy or something, but then there are creatures on other planets who not a single one of them have sight or hearing, and they don't miss it. They are living normal, healthy, happy lives. It reminds me of, what's it called? Have you heard of the social model of disability as opposed to the medical model of disability? It's pretty cool stuff. It basically holds, if I'm understanding it correctly, that a person is only disabled to the extent that they are disabled by their environment. It's just a different way of framing the whole thing. I mean, if we took you or any other person on Earth and just dropped them the way they are, in a lot of these planets we deal with, those people would be considered profoundly disabled in that environment, because even though over here they might not think of themselves as disabled, they have lived their entire lives in an environment. What is that? In an 14 and a half. In an environment that grew and was developed around what they can and can't do. So, take anyone from here, drop them in a lot of those other planets, drop them somewhere where the dominant culture was not built around their abilities and limitations. Profoundly disabled. Yeah, I think it's interesting to look at it that way, as more of an environmental thing. Alright, so we are going to, let me just go ahead and 9. Okay. Or, sorry I'm so chatty, I'm getting excited for, I'm going away sometime next week. Yeah. One of the perks of the job is that we get a complimentary yearly abduction. Yeah. I'm really well traveled at this point. I know. I'm really blessed. They've all been really positive experiences, but if I had to choose, I'd say that my favorite abduction was the time that I spent some time in a zoo on Trofamador. Oops, sorry, one of the lights stopped working. Let me get that unstuck. Beautiful. Alright, and 8. Seven. You have a really good face for this. 6. Five. 4, 3, 2, 'Can you close your eyes, please? Okay, you can open them again if you like. Close one more time. And open. Close your eyes one more time, please. And open. One. All right, well, that completes this portion of the exam. You're looking pretty relaxed right now. I'm going to go ahead and see myself out. You take as much time you'd like here to just relax or finish that questionnaire, whatever you'd like. And I hope I get to see you the next time you come in.